You'll be using this Aston Martin DB5 with modifications.
To millions of people, it is and always will be Bond's car, an Aston Martin. Whether a vintage DB5 or its progeny, this DB9, let's see if it's aged as well as the Commander.
Damn it.
Sorry, dear. This car's too nice to flip.
Bastard.
Now, just as Bond's black ties is likely to be untied these days, so Astons have become more athletic and visceral. This cheeky little number is a Volante, as you've noticed, a drop top. No retractable metal top here, however. No, sir, we are speaking of a proper English roadster with only canvas overhead lest it rain. Now, as you might expect, the bass audio system isn't really bass. It's fabulous. 700-watt Aston Martin branded system. I think it's Dyne audio equipment in here because it's very similar to a lot of Volvos we've seen on the high end. Your sources include, of course, a 6-disc in-dash CD changer that will also eat CDs that have MP3s on them. Satellite radios in here, auxiliary jack, USB port over here in the console, as is a connector for an iPod. This system does a very good job with compressed audio files, my main test. Huge bass on this system, by the way. The subs that are somewhere behind me here are complete ass rattlers. They're incredibly powerful. And should this rig not be enough, you can option a 1,000-watt B&O branded audio system. I think it's very similar to the one we've seen in some high-end Audis with those little tweeters that pop up on the dash. Don't know what the price is, but I'm guessing north of $6,000. In classic Q fashion, the nav system doesn't just sit there, it has to play peekaboo when you need it. Not the most generous screen, but not bad. We've seen this interface before. Again, another Volvo piece. And I found that getting through it and setting up things like a destination address wasn't difficult. Not the best system out there, but it does move quickly thanks to being hard drive based. I'm not crazy about this little controller. I wish it turned or rotated, but instead it's just a jog knob with an enter function directly on it. And even though this system is hard drive based, that's all that's hard drive based. The audio system's not tied into it, so no ripping music to the same drive the nav lives on. So this is a navigation system that is solely there for chasing Goldfinger over to Geneva. Or going to the dry cleaner. Around all of this, acres of leather from Bridge of Weir, Scotland. The same stuff found under the esteemed bottoms in the House of Lords. The smoker's kit is a $220 option, which takes a bit of cheek until you realize that that's a glass ashtray in which you'll service your Shepherd's Hotel. Now, Miss Goodnight may swoon when she sees you on Savile Row in this car, but don't buy anything. Because as soon as you ram a suit into this little tiny trunk, it's gonna be a wrinkled mess. Have your man take it home in the Bentley. Under hood, we have a 5.9-liter V12, putting out 470 horsepower and 443 foot-pounds of torque. Honestly, not the most stunning numbers for a high-end car in this day and age, but so smooth you'll swear it's stalled at every stop. That is, until you step into it and the dual-mode exhaust emits this sound from the bowels of hell. Our gearbox is Aston's 6-speed automatic, paddles around the column, but an odd lineup of mode buttons over here on the console. D, or drive, is for some reason the furthest one away. Either a vestigial thing from right-hand drive, or Q had a few Jamesons designing this. The 6-speed automatic is fine, but even in sport mode, not the best in the business. Consider the manual. The MPG is the same, an OPEC-pleasing 1219. Bring a lot of ego and/or love for humanity if you buy one of these. Even in jaded San Francisco, where so many people drive something fabulous or hate cars entirely, this one draws a crowd. Okay, to make one of these your own, have the exchequer disperse about $197,000 US. Plus gas guzzler tax, we're talking 200 in round numbers. There really are no tech options to add except perhaps that B&O 1,000-watt sound system. But why listen to that when you can listen to this?
Hi, I'm Molly Wood, host of The Buzz Report, the show about the tech news that everybody's talking about. See it every Friday in high def at cnet.com/buzzreport.